ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरू श्रीयुतः पदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणि। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So, welcome to the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu Southern Division. The components of rasa. We have been discussing the 33 Vyabhicari Bhavas. So, yesterday we could not have the class because yesterday was 31st December and many of the devotees had a lot of cultural and food festivals at their respective temples. So I thought it is wise not to have the class because devotees would miss the temple program. And also, I'd like to wish all the devotees, I wish you a very happy Krishna conscious year with new resolutions, new determination to practice bhakti, new spirits. Uh, so that is our motto. So, if you remember, we have been discussing the 33 Vyabhichari vows. Yesterday, I discussed Amarsha and the causes, all the reasons, examples. Then we went into Asuya. Asuya is, hatred. Hmm. And we quoted also 9.1 in the Bhagavad Gita. Then arising from others' increase of good fortune, we saw the Gopikoit also. Padyavali is there. You know. And then Gunena, envy arising from increase of good qualities of others. Then we saw Chapalya, insolence. That is, we saw again Chapalya arising from attachment, Chapalya arising from hatred. Then we saw Nidra. Nidra was very interesting. Suspension of external awareness arising from pondering. Because too much you think now, you get exhausted. Lack of energy, natural tendency, nisarga and fatigue, klamadivis is called Nidra. Then there is rubbing of limbs, yawning, inaction, heavy breathing, closing of eyes, of course. So all these are the anubhavas which happen. And then from Chinta, Nidra from Chinta, then Nidra from Alasya, and then Nidra from natural urge, Nidra arising from fatigue. So all this we saw. And then how is it that the eternal associates also, okay, I hope the audio is clear. Is the audio clear? You can type. I hope it is clear. Yeah, okay. So then we saw that, Rup Goswami clarifies uh, that the state just previous to extinguishing of consciousness, in which there is appearance of Krishna without particular pastimes, is called Nidra for the devotees. For the Nidra for the devotees is different. It is completely different. And then we saw this verse, Jagrata Swapna Sushupteshu Yogastasya Cha Yogina Va Kachin Manaso Vritti Sa Bhavet Achyutashraya. Who has taken Achyutashraya? When he is Jagrat, he is always thinking of Krishna. In his dreams, he's only dreaming about Krishna. And even in Shushupti, deep sleep also, you know, yeah, his thoughts are absorbed in Krishna. So in all states, uh, he has taken shelter. So this is a very exalted stage. Tasmat sarveshu kalvishu mam anusmara yuddhacha. So this is what Krishna is saying. When Prabhupada was giving lecture on this, Prabhupada said, even when you sleep, you should dream you should have only Krishna's dreams. So one of the Mataji said, how can we, have that, it's not in our control. So Prabhupada said, what's the problem? Mhm. Just think that, you're breaking hot samosas for Krishna and offering to Krishna. So, that means throughout the day you do activities of Krishna consciousness, physical, and then at the mental level of hearing, chanting, remembering. And I mentioned how important is Krishna book for us. And only one who is able to do all these states is actually Krishna conscious. He's actually Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness is a very, very exalted platform. So one should be very clear about it. So Prabhupada also speaks about it. We saw that. Now today, the last two Vyabhicari bhavs we are going to discuss. Ata Supti. सुप्तिर्निद्रा विभावस्यान् नानार्थानुभावात्मिका इन्द्रियोपरति श्वास नेत्र सम्मिलिताधिकृत. Sleep in which there are various thoughts and an experience of objects. Nana arthanu bhavatmika is called supti or dreaming. Suptir nidra vibhavasya. In this state, there is an absence of functioning of the external senses. Indriya uparati. Upar means it is on a higher platform of the senses. The senses, it's not. There is heavy breathing, shwasha, and closing of eyes. Netra sammilita adikrit. Yatha, let's see the example. Baldev astonished the assembly of Yadus and made them laugh. Yadu sabham visham vishmapayan smerayan. When he went to sleep, nidram gato langali. While breathing heavily and heaving his belly, nishvasena dharottarangad udaram. His belly was coming up and down. In fact, as children, we or mothers, everyone can observe when they breathe, you can see the movement of belly. And as we grow old or as we become young, we generally don't do this. But by doing this, our health will be good. The stomach is like an engine. And by, performing this function, that's why in yoga, when you do yoga, naturally you see the body gets cleansed and the body function improves. So as young people also, we should voluntarily practice this, where the movement of the belly is there. He exclaimed in a dream state, Iti ut sapna gira chirat. O lotus-eyed Krishna, Tamara, Tamara Saksha, you have magnificently manifested a wealth of childhood pastimes. Kamam Keli Vitati praduskrita shay shavi. By powerfully crushing tarasa nirdutayatam udhura, the intolerable pride of Kaliya, the king of saints. Dharpa sarpa pates tad asya. So even in dream, you know, Balram is speaking like this. So only when you come to this point that in your dreams, you start giving a class. That means, you should be so much classes you should be giving, or so much reading you should be doing that, you're speaking that only. That is the state of madness in Krishna consciousness. Mad we are in this material world because we have material thoughts. But real madness is having spiritual thoughts, Krishna consciousness. The jiva has to be mad either for Krishna or he's mad for Maya. We don't have much choice. Only we have to select either Maya or Krishna. So Baldev is, went to sleep and he's speaking like that. In the dream, he's exclaiming like this. Keli Vittayihi means the extent of pastimes. Uh, Another version is Kelir Abhita, pastimes which are everywhere. Keli is sometimes seen in the feminine form, as in Umapati Dhara's poem quoted in Padyavali. This is all to do with Sanskrit, not to worry. He astonished those Yadu members who had entered the inner chamber of the assembly hall, Yadu Sabha, and made them laugh. So seeing him, in the dream speak like this, he made them laugh. They got rasa. Prabhupada speaks the same thing. Once Lord Balaram began to talk in his sleep as follows. O lotus-eyed Krishna, your childhood adventures are manifest simply according to your own will. Therefore, please immediately dispose of the stubborn pride of this Kaliya serpent. By saying this, Lord Balaram astonished the assembly of others and made them laugh for some time. Then, yawning so hard to make ripples on his abdomen, Lord Baldev, the bearer of the blow, returned into his deep sleep. So in the deep sleep, usually the yawning or the movement of the belly, it doesn't happen. This is an instance of sleepiness in ecstatic love. So there also, that sleep is also in ecstasy. Now, the 33rd and the last Vyabhicari Bhav. And I know you have been very patiently hearing us, and we have been very patiently going through these 33 Vyabhicari Bhavs. But it is very, very important that we study them and actually do a more deeper study of these emotions. The more we understand the science of spiritual emotions, the more we can come out of the material emotions which harass the conditioned soul in this material world and bind the conditioned soul in material existence. Atha bodha avidya moha nidrader ध्वंसोद्भवो ध्वंसोद्बोध प्रबोधता, enlightenment or appearance of knowledge. Prabudhata, caused by destruction of ignorance, destruction of moha, and destruction of sleep. Avidya, moha, nidradir, dhamsod is called bodha. So, bodh, enlightenment, from where buddhi comes, the word, that is also bodha, buddhi. So there is knowledge because of, when you're in the dream and you see the tiger is chasing you and you're fearful, but when you come out of the sleep, then you have knowledge. Oh, it is a dream. Then there is illusion. Because of illusion, you can fall trap to Maya, and because of ignorance. So let's see all the three cases. Prabhu Uddhata means appearance of knowledge. Tatra avidya dvamsata, both arising from destruction of ignorance. Enlightenment, bodho, occurs after purasarha, the appearance of knowledge, vidyodaya, vidyodaya it has become, which occurs after removal of ignorance, avidya dvamsato. This enlightenment consists of realizing one's identity with Brahman, sarupa va gamadikrit, which destroys unlimited suffering, ashesha klesha vishranti. So, in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Eastern Division, Srila Rupa Goswami speaks about Kleshagni. as the first characteristic of pure devotional service. Please remember, it is of pure devotional service. The six characteristics of pure devotional service. One who practices Shuddha Sadhana Bhakti, pure devotional service, he will manifest these six characteristics. And what is the first one? The first one is Kleshagni and then Shubhada, which manifest in the sadhana stage, in sadhana bhakti. In Bhava Bhakti, two characteristics manifest. This is Moksha Lagutakrit and Sri Krishna Sudurlabha. And in Prema Bhakti, two more manifest. That is Sadharanand Visheshatma and Sri Krishna Karshani. And all these qualities of what manifest in sadhana bhakti, that is Kleshagni and Shubhada, they are present in Bhava Bhakti and in Prema Bhakti to higher degrees. So that's how it goes on. So there is, kleshas because of, avidya, papam, and bijam. Three factors. And avidya, papam, pap means prarabdha and aprarabdha. And bija means the sinful desire, the sinful tendency. The papa bija. And bhakti destroys all the three. Bhakti destroys all the three. Now, although we have this theoretical understanding now that we are not the body, we are the spirit soul, but it doesn't mean that we are self-realized souls. So at what stage in our devotional practice does avidya get destroyed? Anyone knows? Raise their hands. At what stage does avidya get destroyed? Anyone knows? Veer Krish Prabhuji has attended the Southern Division Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu many times, I think. He's quite thorough. Let us hear from others also. Anyone else? Vinita Mataji is not able to speak. She has typed Nishta. Anyone else has also any other thoughts? Any other thoughts? Priya Mataji is also saying Nishta. Yes, avidya is destroyed praya in Nishta, but actually the destruction of avidya completely happens at the stage of bhava, at the end of asakti and beginning of bhava. That's when our sarupa is revealed, and our rasa with Krishna is also revealed. There is a development of in the raga bhakti from nishta to asakti, but we are self-realized, but our sarupa is revealed only at the stage of bhava. So avidya is destroyed at the stage of bhava. That one should be very clear. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Eastern Division, there is an elaborate discussion on this. One can refer that. In this verse, Bodha means knowledge of the self and the Supreme Lord, and knowledge of the non-difference of the two, which is called Vidya. So here, especially in the Jnana Marg, of the Nishkam Karma Yoga, which leads to Gyan, Jnanena tu tajagyanam esham nashitan atmana tesham adityavajgyanam prakashayati tatparam. So this is there in the Bhagavad Gita 5.16. In the Bhagavad Gita 5.16. Yes. Jnanena tu tad. Tad means that. That absolute truth. Jnanena mana. Ajnanam. Esham nashitam atmana. Tesham adityavat jnanam prakashayati tatparam. Tat means that absolute truth. That is a tat padarth. That's the self. Prabhupada is directly giving a Krishna conscious understanding for us in terms of Bhakti Yoga. So with the self-realization, by the Vidya potency of the Lord, the avidya is destroyed. So he becomes a self-realized soul, the Jnani. The Nishkam Karma Yoga, who is becomes a self-realized. And from now, uh, meditation on the self, he shifts the meditation to the super self. This is a transition verse 5.17. Tad buddhas tad atmanas tan nishta tat parayana gachanti aparara avritam jnana nirduta kalmasha. Further purification. Tad buddhas. One whose intelligence is always in the supreme. Tat refers to that absolute truth. And he is addressed in the second person, not directly Mam, Mam comes only in the middle six chapters. So Prabhupada speaks about Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan here, and ultimately gives direct highest understanding of Bhagwan. So that is what is the point being made, that by Avidya is right. The sadhana for realization of these three items consists of nididhyasana or contemplation. This is deep contemplation. After contemplation, there is destruction of avidya and knowledge of the two, vidya and avidya. Finally, there is knowledge of the non-difference of the two. There is non-difference. No? The both which arises from destruction of ignorance, avidya dvamsata, comes after purasara, the appearance of knowledge, vidya udaya. In this both, there is destruction of unlimited kleshas and realization of non-difference. Swarup avagama. The word adi indicates that there is realization of bhakti as well in the state of bodh. This type of bodh is an assistant to bhakti for some persons. Therefore, they are considered a Vyabhicari bhav. This type of bodh is an assistant to bhakti. It is an assistant to bhakti. That is the point. This is the meaning of the verse Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma in the Gita. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti labate param. So there is that, the Jnani, how he becomes self-realized and is situated on the transcendental platform. And this Jnani, if he becomes a devotee, then a Jnani turns into a Bhakti Yogi. But this Jnani uh, can merge in the impersonal Brahman, and that is called as Ekatvam. So in the Jnana Sadhana, there are these three terms. There is the Tvam Padarth, there is the Tat Padarth, and there is the Aikatva. The Tat, is that absolute truth. Tvam is, that, aham, that, I am spirit soul. And Ekatvam is how the individual, merges in the all-pervading consciousness. So these are these three aspects, dealt always. Okay, yatha. Vindan vidyadipakam swasarupam buddva sadya satya vijnana rupam nispratyuhas tatparam brahma murtam sandranandakaram anveshayami. Buddha, realizing Maswarup, Swaswarupam of eternity and knowledge, Satya Vijnana Rupam, after attaining the lamp of knowledge, Vindan Vidya Deepakam, without obstacle, Nispratyahaus, I will now search for Satya Anveshayami. Anvesha means, deep critical analysis and search. The Supreme Brahman personified, Tat Param Brahma Murtam, composed of concentrated bliss. So, there's this, self-realization, then super self-realization, and then Bhagavan realization. So like that. Prabhupada calls this as alertness. A devotee once stated, I have already conquered the mode of ignorance, and I am now on the platform of transcendental knowledge. Therefore, I shall be engaged only in searching after the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti sahamatma sudurlabha. So he is this Jnani who is self-realized, and after many, many births, when he meets a pure devotee and surrenders to him, he understands that all-pervading Brahman is the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, and he surrenders to Shri Krishna. So that's what this devotee is saying. This is an instance of alertness in ecstatic love. Transcendental alertness is possible when the illusionary condition is completely overcome. Mark this statement. At least in the material world, we should be alert not to fall trap to Maya. And at least materially, we should be alert of the things which can put us in Maya. And then when we are on the transcendental platform, with that transcendental alertness, we will be completely able to overcome Maya. So that's why it is best to remain under the scanner of our superiors always, so that we don't get, you know, trapped by the illusionary potency of the Lord. At that stage, that is at transcendental, when in contact with any reactions of material elements such as sound, smell, taste, touch or taste, the devotee realizes the transcendental presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this transcendental alertness stage, what happens, even though there is reaction with the material elements, sound, like Bhaktisiddhanta Sarita Thakur heard the sound of the train and he thought it is the flute of Krishna. So everything helps him in realizing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like, the flower smell, then Punyo Gandha Prithvimamcha. Then he tastes the water, Rasoamapsu Kaunteha. So like that, at all points, he realizes the transcendental presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the conditioned stage, when we react with these material elements, we enjoy these material elements and they thereby create impressions in our chitta. But when the chitta is completely purified and we are on the transcendental stage, these same sense objects give us realization of the transcendental presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this condition, the ecstatic symptoms, that is standing of the hair on the body, rolling of the eyeballs, and getting up from sleep, are persistently visible. Now, moha dvamsata, bodho moha shascha, shabda gandha sparsha raser hare, drig unmilana romancha, dharothanadi krit bhave. When moha is destroyed, moha shayach, by the sound, shabda, fragrance, touch, and taste of the Lord, raser hare, there is bodha. In this state, the eyes are open, drip unmilna, hair stand on end, romancha, and there is rising from the ground. Dharot hanadi krit bhavet. Tatra shabdena. That is, moha dvamsa because of shabda. Moha dvamsa because of shabda. Moha dvamsa because of gandha, sparsha, rasa. All these will be taken up. Tatra shabdena yata. Both from destruction of moha arising from the sound of the Lord. Tatra shabdena yata. All of Radha's sense stopped functioning, moha, due to the bliss generated from first seeing Krishna. Pratama darshana, ruda, sukavali. Then when Lalita uttered, Lalito, the names of Krishna in her ear, Agab bhidi, kila, namne udite, sruto, she opened her eyes. Amin milad, ihakshini. So her moha got destroyed because of sound of the Lord. Iyam refers to Radha. When Radharani first saw Krishna, she suddenly became conscious of all transcendental happiness and the functions of her different limbs were stunned. Now, in Krishna Lila, these emotions, how they are happening, it's very difficult to understand. But any practical examples we might know about this and we might experience this? Anyone knows? Raise your hands. Anyone? No. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Just like a pure devotee is coming whom you are very deeply connected, and suddenly hearing, this sannyasi is coming, suddenly there is a kind of happiness you experience. Yes? So that is, one example which we can relate. When Lalita, her constant companion, whispered into her ear the holy name of Krishna, Radharani immediately opened her eyes wide. This is an instance of alertness caused by hearing the sound of Krishna's name. Gandena from Gandha. When Krishna once disappeared from the presence of Radha, she lost her limbs, lost her color, and lost her breath. Niswasa vritti. She fell on the forest earth. Vana bhuvi savalangi. When the fragrance of Krishna's forest garland, Vana mala saurabe, spread in all directions, prasarati, Radha's hair stood on end by smelling the fragrance. Pulkit Tanuresha, and look, she, Pasharada, rose from the earth. Pamshu Punjat Udastat. So just by the gandha of Krishna's forest garlands, Radha, you know, uh, she rose from the earth. uh, her hair stood on end by smelling the fragrance. This is an instance when Krishna disappeared as a joke. Prabhupada. One day, in a joking mood, Krishna informed Radharani, "My dear Radharani, I am going to give up your company." Upon saying this, he immediately disappeared, and because of this, Radharani became so afflicted that the hue of her body changed, and she immediately fell down upon the ground of Vrindavan. She had practically stopped breathing, but when she smelled the flavor of the flowers on the ground, she woke in ecstasy and got up. This is an instance of transcendental alertness caused by smelling. Sparshena. Now from sparsha. Oh friend Saki, whose touch is this? Kasya pani sparshaso, which is soft, mrisha, blissful, madhura, and all-conquering Vijayi. See the bank of the Yamuna. Sura Pulina Vanam Alokya. I had fainted. Vishiryanta Mama. The touch of that hand, yah, completely removed my force. Udduha prasabham, my fainting condition, Vaisheshesha Mayim, which gave me so much suffering, Durantam Pito, and produced in me Dhrutam Anta Pallavayati, a fainting condition of happiness. Murchayam Sukhamayim. Vadru means giving bliss by its very nature. Mrisha means softness of the skin. Pallavati in is in the present tense because of production of happiness occurred almost in the present. Prabhupada makes it clear. When Krishna was touching the body of one gopi, the gopi addressed her companion and she mentions the same thing. My dear friend, whose hand is touching my body? I had become very afraid after seeing the dark forest in the bank of Yamuna, but suddenly the touch of this hand has saved me from the hysterical fits. This is transcendental alertness caused by touching. Then Rasena. Young brother of Balram, when you disappeared during the younger brother of Balram, when you disappeared during the Rasa dance, Antarhite Twayi Rasa Kelo, my friend Radha Saki lost control of her body and became unconscious. But lotus-eyed Radha tasted your chud tambula, tava chambula charvita, which I placed in her mouth. Nashtam Maya Mukapute, her hair stood on end. Pulkit Ujjwala Asit. Tava tambula charvita means your chud beetle. Okay. This is the same thing what Prabhupada is also saying. Nidra Dvamsata. Now, both arising from breaking sleep. Please remember uh, when we discussed uh, Bodha. I'm going back. Bodha is because of three things: Avidya, Moha, and Nidra. First, we spoke of Avidya, and in Moha, there are these divisions. We saw because of Avidya Dvamsa, and we saw the examples also. But in Moha, can arise because of sound, fragrance, touch, and taste. all the, you know, sense objects, you can say, when they come in touch with the Gyanendriyas. So each one was, example was given now. Now the third, avidya because of sleep, is being discussed. Nidra dvamsata. बोध निद्रा क्षयात् स्वप्न निद्रा पूर्ति स्वनादिभि तत्राक्षी मर्दनम शय्या मोक्षोंग वलनादय. There is bodho, when sleep is broken by a dream. Nidra kshayat swapna, by sufficient sleep. Nidra purti, and by noise. Swanadibi, in this state, tatra, rubbing of the eyes. Akshimardanam, rising from bed. Shaya moksha, and rubbing the limbs occur. Anga valanadaya. Now, because of three things it was. Swapna, Nidra, Purti. Because of dream, Swapna, sufficient sleep, Nidra, Purti, and by noise. So all the three will be taken. Tatra Swapnena Yata. Both arising from breaking sleep through dream. Oh Krishna, do not laugh. Stop pulling the edge of my cloth. Otherwise, I will tell Jatila about your fickle behavior. Saying this in a dream, Radha suddenly woke up. Seeing the elders in front of her, she became very bashful and hung her head. So I don't know, this is from maybe Lalit Madhav. One night, Srimati Radharani was talking in a dream. My dear Krishna, she said, please do not play any jokes on me. Please stop and please don't touch my garments either. Otherwise, I shall inform the elderly persons and I shall disclose all of your naughty behavior. While she was talking like this in a dream, she suddenly awoke and saw some of her superiors standing before her. Thus Radharani became ashamed and bowed her head. This is an instance of alertness after awakening from sleep. Okay, Nidra Purtya Yatha. Just when the messenger arrived at her house, Radha woke up. It is seen that the attempts of those with pious critics quickly bear fruit. He tanoti phalam. I don't know at what context this is. Not much is given. Let us see if Prabhupada says something about it. Swanena yata. Just as the rumbling of the clouds, which give joy to the peacocks, causes the swans to fly away, so the sound of the flute broke the sleep of the gopis. So this is very poetically mentioned. So by sound, we have experience. Our sleep breaks because of the dogs barking. In the cities, we have experience, or the cars rumbling. So here in nature, naturally it happens. Let us see. There is another instance of this. A messenger from Krishna came to Srimati Radharani while she was sleeping, and Radharani immediately awakened. Similarly, when Krishna began to blow on his flute in the night, all the gopis and the beautiful daughters of the cowherd man immediately got up from their sleep. There is a very beautiful comparison made in this connection. The lotus flower is sometimes surrounded by white swans, and sometimes it is surrounded by black wasps who are collecting its honey. So the lotus flower is surrounded by swans and sometimes black wasps collecting honey. When there is thundering in the sky, the swans go away, but the black wasps stay to enjoy the lotus flower. Now, who is compared to what here? Anyone knows? Raise your hands. The lotus flower and the white swans and the black wasps. Whom are they compared to? Anyone knows or anyone wants to guess? You can raise your hands. You are free to raise your hands. Anyone would like to try? Beer Krish Prabhuji. Beer Krish Prabhu. Or there is no response. Priya Mataji, you would like to try? Okay, let us see. The gopi's sleeping condition is compared to the white swans, and the sound of Krishna's flute is compared to the black wasp. When Krishna's flute sounded, the white swans, which represent the sleeping condition of the gopis, was immediately vanquished because they went away, no? And the black wasp sound of the flute began to enjoy the lotus flower of the gopis' beauty. So that is the comparison. Okay, now the 33 Vyabhicari bhavs have been discussed. Now Rup Goswami says something in this verse 24191. Iti bhavastrayastrimshat kateta vyabhicharina shreshta madhya kanishteshu varnaniya yatochitam. Thus, iti, the 33 trayastrimshat vyabhichari bhavs have been described. Vyabhicharina bhavas kateta. They should be described as superior, shreshta, moderate, madhya, and inferior, kanishteshu, according to their condition. Varnaya yatochitam. Now, further, all other conditions, parepicha, such as yesu, envy, matsya, agitation, udvega, deceit, damba, spite, irsha, discrimination, viveko, coming to conclusion, nirnayasata, impotence, clybium, toleration, shamacha, curiosity, kutakam, longing, utkanta, modesty, vinayo apicha, doubt, samshaya, and audacity, darshyam, ityadya bhava, can be included in this 33. Utkeshu antar bhavana iti, bhavanati iti, and thus are not described separately. Na prataktvena darshita. So all these other bhavas like envy, deceit, agitation, discrimination, so many other things can be considered within this 33. They are included within this 33 and they are not separately described. Prabhupada. All the previously mentioned 33 symptoms of ecstatic love are called Vyabhichari or disturbing. All these symptoms refer to apparently disturbed conditions, but even in such disturbed conditions, there is acute ecstatic love for Krishna. When we become disturbed because of agitation of the senses and impressions within, and when we become disturbed because of the sense objects uh, or because of the samskars which are deep rooted in our chitta, and these disturbances, which are also emotions, they take us away from Krishna consciousness. But these all disturbances are part of the Stahi Bhav. We should remember that. And they cause what? Acute ecstatic love for Krishna. So their ecstatic love for Krishna becomes more acute, more deeper. But when these disturbed conditions because of material stimulus happen, and we go through this depression, so many things, moroseness, loneliness, all these illusions we fall in. So they take us away from Krishna. You have to remember that. These symptoms, however, can be divided into three groups: first class, second class, and third class. Prabhupada also says that. There are many disturbing symptoms in ecstatic love, such as envy, anxiety, pride, jealousy, conclusion, cowardliness, forgiveness, impatience, hankering, regret, doubtfulness, and impotence. These are included in the 33 conditions of ecstatic love. Rup Goswami has very nicely analyzed the different kinds of disturbing symptoms. And although it is very difficult to find the exact English equivalents for many Sanskrit words used here, his analysis will now be presented. Tatahi. Now, how he includes these other emotions within the 33, this verse says that. Thus, Matsarya is included in Asuya. Asuyayam to Matsaryam. Udvega, agitation, is included in Tras. Tras apya udvega evatu. Damba, duplicity, deceit, is included in Avahitya. Dambas tata Avahityayam. Irsha, spite, is included in Amarsha. Irsha, Amarshe, Mato, Ubo. Vivek, discrimination, and Nirnay, concluded are including in Mati. Viveko Nirnayesh, Chemo. Clybium, importance is included in Dainyam. Dainya Clybium. Shama, tolerance is included in Dhriti. Shama Dhrito. Kutuka, curiosity is and Utkanta, longing are included in Autsukya. Autsukya, Kutakotkante. Vinay, modesty is included in Lajja. Lajjaya, Vinayastata. Samshay, doubt is included in Vitarka. Samshayo, Antarbhave Tarke. Dharshtya, audacity is included in Chapala. Tata, Dharshyam cha Chapalye. So that's how it is included. Okay, Jeev Goswami on this commentary. Matsura is hatred at seeing the good fortune of others. That hatred is also Asuya, attributing fault to good qualities of others. Thus, Matsura is included in Asuya. Sudden fear from thunder, etc., is called Trasa. Inability to tolerate thunder is called Udvega. Thus, it is included in Trasa. Hiding one's true form is called Avahitya. Damba is showing oneself as superior when actually one is not. Both have false pretension. So Avahitya and Damba are included. Thus, Damba is included in Avahitya. Intolerance of others' offense is called Amarsha. Irsha is intolerance of other superiority. Both have the element of intolerance as the main element and are thus practically the same. To find the meaning of something is Mati. That is the same as Nirnay. Its cause is Vichar or Vivek using discrimination. So to come to मैं इस मत पे आ गया हूँ, we say ना sometimes in Hindi. So that is निर्णय. मैं इस निर्णय पे आ गया हूँ. And it is based on मेरे विचार के अनुसार यही हमारा निर्णय है. You know, we say like that, ना, using discrimination. Because it is the cause of Mati, Vivek is included in Mati. Thinking oneself most fallen is called Gainyam. Lack of vigor is called impotence. Thus, Klebem is an aspect of Dainyam. Steadiness of mind is called Riti. Shama is in toleration. Thus, it is included in Driti. So, Driti and Shama. Outsukyam is the inability to tolerate the passing of time. Desire of seeing someone else astonishing is Kutaka. Since Kutaka is the cause of Outsukya, it is included in it. Utkanta is a subtle aspect of Outsukyam. In Lajja, modesty is a necessary element and thus it is included. You know, those who don't have modesty, they will not show Lajja. So Vinay is included in Lajja. Vitarka means conjuncture. Samshaya, doubt, is included in it since after Samshaya comes Vitarka. Dashtyam, audacity, is included within Chapalya since after Dashtyam comes Chapalya. Prabhupada makes the same points about this from the commentary of Jeev Goswami, so I'll not go through it. Okay, so now we come to, we have completed the discussion on the 33 Vyabhicari Bhavs. So now you can say that we have another maybe 3-4 classes. We are on the 11th class today. And my estimate was that this will take 20 classes, but we need, I think, a maximum of 6 classes. So that is around 17 to 18 classes, or maybe 16, I don't know. So that's when we will complete this. So just this next week and next to next week, we will finish Vyabhicari Bhav. And the last one is Stahi Bhav, which is not so big, I feel. Maybe in 8-10 classes we should finish. So now the next topic is causes and effects of Vyabhicari Bhav. So up till now we have studied the definition of Vyabhicari Bhav, enumeration of the 33 Vyabhicari Bhavs, and then what was the major portion was the examples of the Vyabhicari Bhavs from different causes. And now causes and effects of Vyabhicari Bhavs. And then there are types of Vyabhicari Bhavs which we will further be studying. So this I will just begin the discussion today and next week we'll again continue. Esham sanchari bhavanam madhye kaschana kasyachit vibhavascha bhavet eva parasparam. Among the Vyabhichari Bhavs, Esham Sanchari Bhavana Madhye, because Vyabhichari Bhav is also called as Sanchari Bhav. Some act as cause, Vibhava, Kaschana Kasyachit Vibhavascha, and others as effect. Anubhavascha bhavet eva parasparam. Very clear the meaning is. Nirvede tu yatershayaya bhavetatra vibhavata asuyayam punastasya vaktam uktanubhavata. Thus, Irsha means is the cause. Yatha yatershaya bhavet atra vibhavata. Irsha causes nirved, disgust. You know, when you see someone, I feel disgusted seeing him, you say, na? Because inside there is malice. So nirved is the, the anubhava, and the cause is, which is the vibhava, is Irsha. And the effect of asuya, envy, asuyayam punastasya. And the effect is envy. You feel disgust because of the envy. So there is cause and effect. So the cause is vibhava, the effect is anubhava. This has already been stated. Okay, Prabhupada. When all such symptoms are included in ecstatic love, they are called sanchari or continuously existing ecstatic symptoms. Of all of these symptoms are transcendental and they are exhibited in different ways, acting and interacting under different conditions. They are like the reciprocation of love between the lover and the beloved. That's it. Now, how again some as act as cause, vibhavata, and effect as anubhavas, it is mentioned. Chinta, pondering, is an effect of outsukyam, impatience. When you're impatient, you too much think. Outsukyam prati chintaya, and the cause of nidra, sleep, nidram prati. So it becomes the cause of nidra. In this way, one should understand evam geya, how the Vyabhicari bhavs kate itatra act mutually pare up abin as anubhav, actions as effect, anubhavata, and vibhav, actions as cause, vibhavatva. So actions as effect, actions as cause. Cause becomes vibhav, effect becomes anubhav. And both are actions. That's why it is called actions as effect, actions as cause. There's a footnote. Most of the Vyabhicari bhavs are defined with mention of cause and effect. Circumstances, actions, anubhavas, or Vyabhicari bhavs will act as cause, and other actions, anubhavas, Vyabhicari bhavs, or Sattvic bhavs will appear as effects. Like there are tears. These are Vyabhicari bhavs which happen because of fear or because of something. And these tears are Sattviki bhavas then, but they appear as effects. And certain actions, act as cause. So that's the point. For instance, happiness of the heart arising from seeing or attaining one's desired object is called harsha. In this state, standing of hair on end, perspiration, tears, all sattviki bhavas, glowing face, confusion, avega, insanity, unmad, indecision, jadata, and fainting moha occur. Okay. Esham cha satvikanam cha tata nana kriya tate karya karana bhavastu gheya prayena lokata. The causes and effects of Vyabhichari bhavas. Karya karana bhavastu, sattvic bhavas, esham tu satvikanam cha, and various other emotions, tata nana kriya tate, should be understood. Gheya, to be similar to situations in the material world. Prayana lokata. So I said all these emotions which we see in the Krishna Lila, the perverted emotions we all experience in this material world. Okay, now he's giving examples. Nindayastu vibhavatvam vaivarnyamarshayormatam asuyayam punastasya Kathiteva anubhavata. Criticism and other actions. Criticism is an action, vibhav, are considered as a cause of change of colors. You criticize, hey, you're a useless person, like that, you say, So when you're speaking now, there is sometimes change of color. There is sattvic bhav and amarsha, indignation. which is a Vyabhicari Bhav. Amar Shayor, and the effect is envy. This is also Vyabhicari Bhav. So you can see how the whole science works. And I feel that after studying Vyabhicari Bhav, that we need to deeply study this and deeply understand, have a deeper understanding. And practically, I am also not really qualified to go deeper into the science. I hope that someday I'll get a teacher who will explain me deeper this whole phenomena, how it works. And I was fortunate last year to attend one seminar of one of the sannyasis, and he was able to depict all these emotions in the form of pictures, you know, and how the faces show these particular emotions and how to recognize them. So, like that, deeper understanding of all these emotions is required, and that will enhance our devotion. Okay. Uh, so we will go into this further discussion when we continue in the next time. Next week when we begin, we will we will end here, and I'll again start up with the causes and effects of Vyabhichari Bhavs. That time we will go more in detail in this. So any questions, any clarifications anyone has? Okay, so we'll stop here. श्री भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री रूप गोस्वामी पाद की जय, हरे कृष्णा. Yes, Bir Krishna Prabhu ji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dhanvatram.
Wait. Let me. Uh, Speaker output. Yeah, now you can speak.
Yeah, Prabhu, just one clarification.
Hmm.
This Prabhu, destruction of avidya, it happens at bhava level. Destruction of moha, this is also connected there only? How it is?
Destruction of moha, there are different levels of moha which can be there. That the illusion in the dark, that you see that it is a rope, it is a snake, but it is a rope when the lights are on. So the moha can have different levels and many things. And that can happen with enlightenment because of, the daytime, because of knowledge, bodha, you know. But although we gain the knowledge of self-realization, but we have to attain the stage of self-realization. So although theoretically we have understanding and we have some experience of that we are not this body, some type of experience, but we are not at that. I'm not. Maybe others are there. We are not at that stage of Sita Pragya symptoms which are there in the Bhagavad Gita. So we have to look at that symptoms. So when we have that symptoms, then the avidya is completely destroyed and moha is also destroyed simultaneously. तेषां तु अंतगतं पापं जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां ते द्वंद्व मोह nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavarta. So with the destruction of avidya, the illusion is also destroyed. So they are in one sense correlated, and in one sense, they are different also. That's what I can say. Is it okay?
Right. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.